Hi, it's Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, the Chris Voss Show.com. Hey, we're coming to the blog post we want to share. Of course, review the latest in social media and technology. We get all these gadgets from people. We get them from all the major phone companies and all the top gadget makers. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to like us on this video so you can keep bringing this great stuff. Tell your friends, neighbors, relatives. Tell the people at work. Tune in to the chrisvossshow.com and our YouTube channel right here on YouTube. So, what we're going to be doing is a comparison video today. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to be comparing the cameras on two awesome phones that are very popular. The AT&T Samsung Galaxy S4 from AT&T.com and the AT&T.com, AT&T also, iPhone 5, which is a very popular phone. You may have heard of it. So what we're going to do is compare these two cameras. We're actually going to take the photos off of the cameras, put them on a computer, and take a look at them side by side. So this should be very interesting. So let's take a look at which one might win.
Okay, so let's take a look at these two units with their cameras that we have here. And in looking at both of them, the Android actually has a pretty full menu of different things you can do to customize your photos. The iPhone is very simple in its format and what it gives. Let's take a look at it. Now with the Samsung Galaxy S4, you have a mode button that you can take and push, and you can switch between auto, night, sports, action movements, panoramic, eraser where you can erase things out of the back of your photos, rich tone, HDR, animated photo where you can create moving pictures, drama, taking multiple shots of different photos, sound and shot, best faced, best photo, beauty face, and back to auto again, you can see here. And so what it does is it helps you work through different scenarios that you might be shooting in at helping you take the best photo. So that's one of the nice things about it. It of course has a zoom, and you can touch to focus anywhere you want on the screen. You can always click the button to go to your to go to video or to go to picture mode. Now there also is on the side here an area where you can go into quick settings, and you can set flash. You can do different settings for auto night detection where it will detect the night. You can turn on and off voice control of your camera. So if you want to say take a picture, it will take a picture, which is really cool. You can easily flip around the front of the camera, of course, too. You can choose between several different things, which is really cool here. You can choose between normal, limit for MMS sending, if you want to send a small video to a friend of yours, slow motion, and fast motion, which is actually really fun to play with when it comes down to it. And then you can set up several different things to share shots, buddy photo share, chat on share, remote viewfinder, several different ways that you can take and share things with your friends. And that's really what the Samsung is all about, is being able to share stuff. Now you get further customization and controls. You can do burst shots where you do a series of shots, pick the best one. Face detection off is currently off, but you can set that if you so choose. Photo size, of course, you can also change. And there's ISO and let's see, anti-shake that's on here, anti-night detection, and I believe save as. So you can save as certain ways there in the bottom, and it's currently out of it's unlit right now because of the way we have things set up. With the video, you can change your video size and your video stabilization, so you can do that also and be able to have those customization features with it. Now, on the S4, you also have GPS tag, review, volume key, timer. There's also one that we can't see here called white balance. You can control your white balance just like we would on any given nice SLR. Exposure value, guidelines, flash, voice control, contextual time frame, or I'm sorry, contextual file name, and then we have save as flipped, and then we have storage device that you can take and do the settings, and we can't see those show up right now. The shutter sound you can turn on and off, and of course you can reset all the different settings that you have on here just by hitting the reset button. So a lot of customization you can take and do here. One of the other things you have with the S4 is you can create different polarized pictures based upon sepia, grayscale, vignette, turquoise, tint, and by changing to these you can immediately see the results pre-photo through the screen, which is really cool, and some people sort of like that. Here's a cartoon feature you can take and do, etc., etc. So it gives you a wide range of different effects and things that you can take and do through the Samsung Galaxy S4. With the iPhone, of course, not as many different options or customizations you can take and do. You've got your flash on-off button. Option-wise, you can switch with a grid scenario where you have a grid that we have now on, an HDR scenario, which will take a low light and highlight sort of picture, where it takes kind of a low darkened picture, and a heightened picture, and then blends them together. Then you have a panorama setting where you can do panoramas built in. You, of course, can hit the button here to take and go to front and back camera. Then you have a little button you can switch between video and just taking still pictures, and that's it. Very simple, not a lot of customization. It is a great camera, so it does a lot of the work for you. So for some people that might not be bad. It does take great pictures and great video, and some people like not having to worry about all the details, and they just like a very simple outlay. Some people like a lot of customization. So let's see what that looks like when we take photos with both these devices.
Okay, so let's take a look at some of the different pictures. Now what we've done is we've taken the pictures, we uploaded them to computers, so we're seeing these on a full computer screen so we can really get an idea. Now this is the iPhone picture that was taken in complete darkness, and in complete darkness it has to flash and be able to focus and take a photo. You can see here's the picture with the iPhone 5, and then we're going to switch over to the picture with the Samsung Galaxy S4. You can see here much better detail. It's got a much stronger lamp flash to it, at least in my mind, experience in shooting both these. There's lots more clarity on the focus on the Samsung picture, which is this one, and I can actually almost read the dials on this photo. The Apple, well, it still is a good picture, and it does have a good flash comparatively to a lot of other phones that I test. The Samsung S4 clearly wins on this one. So let's see if we can't review some of the other photos that we took with each of these devices. We'll go through here. So here you can see this is the Samsung. We've taken a picture of a bottle here, and we used it for the multicolors that it had. Going to the iPhone, this of course was taken at kind of different angles. The pictures seem to be about similar in detail. Color seems to be about the same. There just seemed to be a little bit more noise in the iPhone picture. It might be just the distance. I'll let you decide which these pictures is better. I think I know in my mind which one I like, and the colors and stuff, and but it's really up to you as to which one you might think is better in this particular case. Let's take and go over one more here. We'll try and find something else we can focus on, and here you can see we were using this box, and of course we're using it for different color. This is the iPhone 5 picture. You can see here it's got great color pickup. We can see some of the green here on the ping pong table and all that good stuff. You can even see some of the dirt specifically on the table. Some of it's over here. Great color arrangements and everything else. Now if we flip to the Samsung, you can see much more detail here on the pool table. I think you get a much more richer color blend out of the camera. We'll just go back and forth so you can try and decide which one's better. I think the colors are just more richer with the Samsung Galaxy S4 than they are with the iPhone. You tell me. Maybe it's the distance. I don't really think it is. I just think it's how the iPhone and the Samsung process their colors. So you can decide which one is best for you. I can tell you from what I'm seeing and from the detail I'm seeing, it's a 13 megapixel camera that's on the Samsung Galaxy S4, comparatively to the 8 megapixel camera that's on the iPhone 5. It's it's going to beat it, but the color, the way it treats colors and everything else is, for me, as far as I'm concerned, and what I can see here, of course telling you this through the camera eye, and my experience with the photos in front of me, I think the Samsung does a much better job. Here once again is the iPhone 5. It's taking a shot in our neighborhood, and we're going to go to a similar shot. It looks like it's off adjusted. Once again, I think there's more detail and much more richness in the color of the Samsung Galaxy S4 shot. I just really feel like it's much better. I'll let you decide. You can see much more details in the bushes and everything else, and I think the S4, which is this shot, is much better. So we have that where you can decide which one you like the best and all that good stuff. So let's take a look at the video on each of these. Okay, so once again what we've done is we've taken and brought in video from both these devices and played them. Let's take a look. Here's the Samsung S4 video. This is done in complete darkness, by the way, where it's completely blank, and we're expecting the flash to pick up the focus and also pick up the what's in the room. So you can see here we've got into focus and pretty good detail. I can almost read the dials on the washer and dryer. Really great light. There's a lot of noise in the light, but we have a lot of light. Let's take a look at the Apple, how the Apple did, same scenario. You can see here that not quite as much light, still a lot of freaking noise, and it's questionable as whether I can read any of the dials. Not as much light that comes out of the unit for the iPhone. So for me, the S4 wins in this low light situation. Here's a video where we're going to play the S4, and this is just kind of a low light afternoon shot, and you can see here really good detail around the neighborhood and everything else. You can even see the sprinklers going across the street very well, and we'll come down, you'll see some colors here that we can take and look at. So ending with those colors, and of course it focused in really good there at the end. Now let's take a look at using the iPhone 5 and how the colors and view came out on this thing. I don't think the frames were quite as distinct, although this is all 1080p and everything else. We did take this a little touch later, so the sprinklers were off across the street. I can see the box, but I can't see the really good detail that was in the other box with the Samsung, where we had really good detail there at the end. In fact, if you look at that in the detail, we can see each of the lines that are breaking up on it. And then we go to the iPhone 5, and just everything's kind of blending together here. So much more video detail that's coming out on the Samsung Galaxy S4, as you see here, than on the iPhone 5. Definitely a winner when it comes to the Samsung here, as far as I'm concerned. And take a look at all these pictures.
So, all in all, I like both these devices. They're great devices. There's a phone for everyone, and that's really what it comes down to. You can get both these phones from amzn.to. That's AT&T.com. Go to their website, check them out, tell them Chris Voss sent you, and be sure to decide which one might work best for you. The Samsung Galaxy S4 with its multiple customization features and different things you can take and do, or the very simple and easy to use iPhone 5. Both these are available at a great price at AT&T.com. We thank them for sharing the phones with us. Be sure to subscribe, give us a like, and tell your friends about us on YouTube so that you can get all the next latest and greatest phone reviews that we'll be taking and doing as we get all the major phones and gadgets from all the major companies. So be sure to tune in next time. Thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com.